Dugs and Digettes, Dak 908 here, and we are going to be fighting Lao Shan Lung today. Now, Lao Shan Lung is a monster, an elder dragon if you will, who is long in tooth, a very big fan favorite. A lot of people who played the original Monster Hunter Freedom Unite and what have you, they are huge fans of this monster because he's just a huge lumbering beast of an elder dragon, and he's loads of fun to fight. He's actually, if I'm not mistaken, the first monster in which you fight where you don't necessarily fight him with traditional means. By that I mean you use things like cannons and ballistas and what have you. Monster like the Gen Moran is actually stemmed from him, being so that you have to fight him on a dragon ship and it is equipped with the Dragonator cannons and ballistas and what have you. But this guy was the first to actually do it, so kudos to my man for being the original OG. On top of that, however, he has not made an appearance since Freedom Unite. Granted, this is for the main series, of course. If you are playing on Monster Hunter Frontier, the MMO, or even Monster Hunter Online, which you recently just acquired the ability to actually have this man here, you can play with him there. However, that wasn't new. Well, that wasn't a thing up until recently, and people have been lumbering. Those of us who are playing the main series, however, have been dying to actually get our hands on fighting Lao again. Now, I will admit right off the jump, this is actually my first encounter with Lao because myself have actually not played, I haven't played Freedom Unite, and when I was playing Monster Hunter, the original joint, I did not actually have online at the time, so I was playing solo, and he was an online-only monster. However, it is 2017, and I have the means to do so. So, let's talk a little bit about Lao Shan Lung, because first, let's just say this. It is going to be a long fight, because he's a very slow lumbering beast. I mean, he takes all day to move around. He walks very slowly. He doesn't really attack you too often. If anything, he's just trying to get to his destination. His destination being blocked off to a giant wall, and, you know, you have to kill him before he actually does this. However, fighting him is still no joke, because even though he's a lumbering, slow-moving mountain, if you will, because he's known to be called the Mountain Weapon or something like that, he has attacks that hurt very much. So you don't want to really get caught up in any things that he can actually do. So you want to keep your distance against with him and use the cannons and the ballistas to your advantage. Honestly, use as much of those things as you possibly can. Fill up all the cannons, shoot all the cannonballs, hit them with all the ballistas. Do this and you should be in relatively good hands. Now, there are certain tactics one would employ to actually fight him more efficiently. You know, certain skills, certain things, what have you. But as it stands, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, this is actually my first encounter with the guy, and it requires a little bit of finesse. However, I will say if you just honestly stick to using the cannons as best you can, repositioning the cannon mount itself, and using the ballistas as well, and also using, what was it called? It was, oh man, okay, I'm drawing a blank here, but you guys remember when you had to fight Gog and 4 Ultimate, where there's this huge cannon, like a massive cannon, where you have to use those special coins to actually shoot the thing and hit them. You get to use that as well. I forget what it's called for the life of me. I can't remember it. I apologize. But you can use that. There's actually a target on the floor. So once Lao gets into the target, use that. Use it to actually, you know, judge the position of where he would actually have to be in order for the giant meteor dragon anti-dragon slaying thing to hit. So with that being said, that's honestly the basis to fighting this guy. Keep your distance. He is very hard. Use your environment. Be proactive. Have situational awareness, if you will. But with that being said, let's look at the gear that Lao Shan Lung can give to you. Now, first, let's start off with his armor. His armor is very interesting to say, none the least. If you've ever seen the armor, then you know what it looks like. It has not changed at all. But the armor looks very akin to that of a Japanese samurai. More traditional, less little flashy, more hard-on traditional, if you will. But the skills are edge lore, evade distance, and potential. Now, you have one slot in each of the pieces of the armor as well. Max out defense is at 790, so it's not really all that bad. Biggest weakness is the dragon, much like I said before, it's his only weakness, and on the whole, is not a bad set of armor to have. It doesn't really take too much to actually make the armor itself. I myself personally have not made it, but I can make the most of it. The only real issue for me is the money. It's kind of expensive to actually make his armor. But by fighting this guy a couple of times, you'll be able to knock it out. Most people, however, skip the armor and go for one of his weapons. Now, Lao Shan Lung has a very, you know, has a bunch of very good weapons. That's the best way I could put it. His weapons aren't super diverse. He doesn't have a weapon for every single weapon type. However, if he has a weapon for you, odds are it's going to be one of your favorite weapons early on when you first start into G rank. Now, most of the weapons give you around 250 to 290 attack. I currently have the Great Sword and the Lance from this man, and they both give me 250 and 290 attack respectively. Now, the white sharpness on both of them, they come real natural, but aren't really long in tooth, so there's not a whole lot of white sharpness to be had. So the first thing you want to do is, well, as soon as you can anyway, upgrade his weapons, that way you can make the most of it. Now, it has a lot of dragon, a whole lot of element. The attack is fairly decent, but compared to other weapons, once you get in game, the attack on it won't be that good. And once you guys go around to making Alatron weapons once more, it'll probably, you can probably say that Alatron weapons will be better than Lao Shan Lung weapons. But as it stands early on, this early in the game, just your second urgent is some great weaponry and gear to have. I mean, Edge Master, Edge Lord. You know what I mean? That's, what's that, attack large and sharpness +2. So yo, the armor is pretty good. So I'd run it if you guys are interested in trying to find yourself a piece of good G rank armor. It's a good one to have. I'm still using Legiacris because it is a guard lancing armor, and I do like to guard lance. And I had a really good talisman that gave me, focus and guard, so that's why I'm using it with a great sword here. But that's that. But everyone, with that being said, that's pretty much everything I can give to you right now on the Lao Shan Lung. I wonder if, once the English stuff comes out a bit more, I'll be able to give you guys even more in depth on the detail and whatnot for the monsters later on. Rather, I can't speak today. I apologize. But this is my man as it stands. So in closing, it's not a really hard monster to fight. Stick to your guns, your actual guns like the cannons and the ballista. Utilize those as often as you can. Have situational awareness. Know where he's gonna be at. Use every resource available to you. Use all of it. Use all of it till it's completely expelled. And once you do that, then you can hit him with your sword or whatever. But there's lots of tools that they give to you so that you can actually fight him a lot more expediently. But do that the best you can. Grind out if you can't grind his gear, like his armor, totally get his weapons, okay? They're gonna be a boon in fighting monsters later on. And especially when, let's say you're trying to actually upgrade weapons that you acquired over from previously. You can, use your Lao weapons to do that first, because, it's gonna have the higher attack. Let's say, for instance, you are fighting Astalos, and you want to make some Astalos armor, or not armor, but his weapons, because his weapons do have natural purple sharpness when you max it out. Well, use Lao first, because Lao will have the more attack and whatnot, and then once you get it going and everything, just replace it later on, because the weapons are really, really good. They're really good crutch weapons. I'm still using my Lao weapons, but I'm rambling now. I'm rambling. The video is a very long one. I don't expect all of you to watch it to its completion. I do, however, recommend that you do. I don't think I said it before, but there is a point in here where you can actually mount. Well, you can't mount him. You can jump on his back, and you can carve some pieces. 2 carves. You get 2 carves off his back, but it's not a mount per se. It's just you jump on his back and you can carve. Once you go into the second area, there's a bridge in the middle. You jump off the bridge onto his back and carve it. Boom. I don't know if I said it before, but I'm saying it now before I end, because I don't want you guys to be like, yo, Dak, you forgot this, because I do be forgetting some stuff. However, it's been your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize if this video was the best. I'm doing what I can. I'm rolling with the punches. I'm trying to, commentate better for you guys, come up with different things to talk about, get the information out as quick as I can, as efficiently as I can, without stumbling over my words so often. The next videos that we'll be doing will actually, I will outline it here. We will be doing the new monsters, and like monsters that are unique, like Lao. Lao isn't new, but he hasn't been here in a very long time. I did Barrett because Barrett is my friend. The next monster we'll do is the Jet Dragon, or American Airlines as I like to call them, or Valfalk is what we call them in America, or something like that. I forget, but you guys seen him in the trailer, the dragon with the jetpacks, the boosters. I still call him American Airlines, but he'll be next. He's a doozy. I'm currently fighting him as we speak. He's a doozy, so stand by for that. And after him, we'll do the last big whammy of a monster. I will not do the Deviants until we get the American release, so that way I can, fully understand what these guys are about, because I'm actually just going off of loose translations here, because nothing is in English. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. I'm sorry if I ramble on for too long. Regardless, it's been your boy. I gave you the information. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Well, that being said, take care, and may the desire sensor forever be in your favor.